Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, colleagues, and welcome again to very last, the final Business Innovation Group Global Shared Services informational webinar of this year. And we're pleased to welcome our colleagues from UNICC and UNHCR, and we'll be presenting and spotlighting the UN Digital Hub for Treasury Solutions, one of the key solutions, one of the key digital solutions that the system has developed. It's a co-governed digital treasury infrastructure that helped the UN system move money more securely, transparently, and more efficiently across the globe for our work and support of our program delivery, and also a main contributor in terms of technological support and digital solutions that is required for the UN as UN 2.0, as we look at it from that perspective. So we're delighted today to be joined by Carmen Head, who is the founder of the DHoTS, or Digital Hub for Treasury Solutions, and the treasurer of the UNHCR, and Samir Chauhan, who is the CEO and director of the UNICC, and they will be sharing insights on the functionality of the system and how sound and perfect its backend technical solution is. So with that, let me hand over the session to Carmen to start. Go ahead, Carmen. The floor is yours.
Yeah. Well, welcome and thank you for joining this informational session. So we like to take you through. So myself, Carmen Head, and also Samir Chauhan. So we are really having, pleasure to introduce you to the Digital Hub of Treasury Solution, in short, DHoTS. So this is an initiative that is well on its way. So that's the good thing. So we already have 15 plus agencies on it, and basically the main streams are really to have a core infrastructure specifically for treasury operations. But of course, it touches the upstream and the downstream on treasury in general. So that's why seemingly such a simple vision in some ways many years ago now already. So we are 21. In 21, we launched that vision, and then we implemented the Digital Hub as we know it today, specifically to have a UN financial gateway, giving agencies shared access to core treasury and banking capabilities that we can create a secure and scalable infrastructure and channel the access. So as you know, financial access to the financial ecosystem worldwide is quite complex, and we can call it banking, but we can also today call it value transfer. So a lot of it is also about digital interfaces, and obviously the new things being the future of finance, but also the future of money. So DHoTS really operates also as a center of excellence, embedding the treasury and the banking best practices, and to making sure that we are also in compliance with regulatory requirements, and therefore being integrated into financial controls and reporting. So it's not just about treasury, it's about the whole financial ecosystem in the UN, so that we also have financial reporting in our financial statements. So overall, it's an agile modular design. So that allows the UN system to modernize treasury, but any financial operations related to it, strengthening, of course, the efficiency and the transparency and the future readiness. So the key is the future readiness. We can't just do business as usual, as we have done for the last 10 years. As you know, things are really moving. So the innovation comes into it as well. So to make sure that we have a baseline, a foundation that lets us actually build upon. So today, as I said, we have already 15 plus agencies actually on this system, mainly for banking connectivity. But there's more to it, of course. So So the key is on the connectivity. So on the connectivity, the banking connectivity is a sort of a key element, no doubt. So we need to connect globally. So as you know, obviously the UN is banking with something like 100 banking relationships. The UN is collecting something like 60 billion a year coming in, 60 billion going out. Implementation, payments, so there's collection, there's payments. So we need to have a very efficient way of connecting to the financial ecosystem, but also through this infrastructure, we have a standardized and streamlined process built in that really gives us the confidence to be faster, cheaper, more secure. So the key is that not every agency really needs to invent, the wheel and figuring out how they're now going to connect to whatever country. We actually doing these connections as we are speaking, and many of those connections already have been implemented. So that's the good thing. So it really covers the core treasury management and banking connectivity. It still connects to SWIFT as well, to APIs, to mobile solution, to cards. It deals also with digital assets. It also deals with stable coins and also the tokenized modalities. So all the new stuff is included in this. So we want to connect globally. We want to deliver, of course, efficiently. So this global reach enables us to have seamless access to that diverse financial ecosystem and markets. So it's not just a corporate solution here at headquarters. It actually makes sure that we from headquarters, any organization can reach their field operations and obviously implement and work with our partners and our stakeholders. So innovation with trust. So we want to make sure that we have transparency, compliance, obviously fraud mitigation, and provide the accountability for outbound and inbound transactions. So everything really needs to be connected, if I can talk like that. And we want to do this efficiently for the whole of the system. And of course, it's donor and beneficiary centric. So from a donor perspective, we have efficiently to deliver, but from a beneficiary perspective, we also want to make sure that we can reach the recipients, whether it's partners, whether it's cash assistance in the humanitarian context, or staff, or generally our operations, really. And thirdly, and not least, is the intelligence. So to optimize intelligently. So we want to make sure that we understand the new technologies and how we actually can bring them in. As you know, of course, today we can use AI, so AI-powered cash flow forecasting, something that we already do. So you'll be pleased to know that we already have a project looking into this, how we actually can embed that. Do predictive analysis, so you go a little bit more in technical. So in foreign exchange, you have methodologies like value at risk that you can use. So building again on a foundation that we can use AI, but also agentic AI going forward. So we are just at the beginning to really look at and reaping the new technologies. So we want to optimize intelligently and make sure that we can harness this technology, and also UNICC working alongside with us on the AI hub provides us really the know-how how to use these tools. And again, we can all benefit from these collaborative opportunities to work together, because these are complex areas and we cannot tackle them individually. So next slide. So here it's really to connect globally, to reach out, to reach throughout the financial ecosystem, the markets. So here we go a little bit in technicalities, but overall it's consortium led. So we are basically working together already, the agencies that have come to this platform. And we obviously need to make sure that we can, we are interoperable. We are basically have a standardization. We are up to scratch really with the standards. So ISO 20022 springs to mind. Of course, we have communication protocols. We need to make sure that in each and every jurisdiction, we are basically complying with the regulatory environment and also sanction environment. So some of it is quite complex, but we can deal with that. Of course, it's designed for speed and efficiency. So the DHoTS supports really faster, cheaper, and secure value transfer, enabling near real-time settlements and obviously real-time reporting. So that's really key. So we are not waiting for months to have some reporting back that the transaction is executed. So everything is really on the rails to be transparent. And of course, we need to be, scalable. So the scalability is very important of those solutions and the resilience. So the infrastructure is capable of handling high volumes already, and it does. So we have something like in 24, 25 similar volumes, something close to 40 billion is already transacted on this platform in the order of 1 million transactions. So this is really a already implemented, we understand the processes. So it ensures the interoperability, like I said, the security, the speed, and the resilience, and obviously provides the foundation for trust, efficient financial operations across countries and to reach these countries. So that's the backbone. UNICC is very important in this undertaking to make sure that these platforms and these solutions actually remain secure, robust, and obviously with the security that is expected, with the cybersecurity and so forth, that is expected from such an undertaking. So here, it's really about providing that value creation, the strategic benefits for the agencies. And again, it's about this global reach, to make it easy so everyone can gain seamless access to diverse financial ecosystems. As we know, in each and every country, it's a little bit different. So we need to stay flexible and adaptable, expanding with the, towards the operational flexibility that also is required. And making sure that, like I said, there's an empowerment for the beneficiaries or for the stakeholders. So if we do this right, then we obviously make sure that it's inclusive, how we actually provide these services to our stakeholders. And to some extent, it also provides digital literacy and financial literacy as well to the people, or to the people we serve, the people we work with. So everyone is sort of introduced to new tools and a new environment, and how this can really come to life. So it is about digital treasury management as well. So digital means that we are looking at digital value transfers, digital assets. So I will mention the word blockchain. So with blockchain and AI come here to the play. So the key is that somebody like UNHCR, we are already well versed in blockchain and stable coins and providing services in this way. More to come, which gives us opportunity to look at programmable payments as well. Programmable means that when the funds come in from donors, so the donor-centric side, we actually connect it to the payment side, and we can then report seamlessly across the system. So it's really bringing all these technologies alive, which means, it's treasury related, it's banking related, but it's also the new banking counterparties we work with. It's digital asset related, and then the new technologies to bring them in as well into DHoTS, which are blockchain and AI and agentic AI going forward. So I think it's exciting to really enhance for the, at this juncture for the UN system, the transparency and the accountability with compliance and this agility to report back, but not only report back to donors, as I said, but also to make it really donor specific, but also have it specific for the beneficiaries and our stakeholders across the UN system. I will hand over now to Samir.
Thank you so much, Carmen. It's a pleasure to join you on this session. And before I kick things off and talk about what's on the slide, just a little background on UNICC, since some of you may not know about us. So we were created by the member states to support the entire UN system. So we are essentially your in-house technology partner, your digital partner. And in this particular instance, working with Carmen, working with UNHCR and other founders of DHoTS, which included UNDP, we have created a center of excellence for payment technology. So essentially, we built a core competency in this, and we have a core team that's supporting all the partners who use this platform. And we're working to bring the relevant emerging technologies to all of our partner agencies and make sure that we can provide secure, scalable treasury solutions. So Carmen gave you a great overview of what has been done to date, what does it do, and why it's so valuable. What I'll pick up on is where are we going next? So as she spoke about earlier, at UNICC, we have capabilities in AI. So our AI hub team is working closely with the DHoTS team and with the sponsoring agencies like UNHCR to make sure that we bring these modern AI capabilities. So we're starting with obvious things like building a unified data lake so we can prepare all of this data and bring it together, and then use AI forecasting. So we're using this to produce, as it says, accurate forward-looking cash positions, because I think we are equally mindful, as each of our partner organizations are, that this money should go as far as possible. So if we can use this forecasting engine to ensure that we optimize this delivery, that's so much the better. So what this, and then we start to build interactive dashboards. So as you can see the snapshot on the side, it starts to show trends, risks, liquidity needs, etc. And the idea is that this will allow each of the organizations who use this to act faster, to manage their liquidity more effectively, and to improve both their operational readiness and also their financial decision making. So we started a pilot now in Q4 with a proof of concept that is going to be launched in Q1 next year. And it's a first step towards an AI-enabled treasury environment for the UN system. And it lays the groundwork for future agentic AI capabilities using AI. Now, since it's a digital hub, it's one shared infrastructure. And we've been tasked by all the partners who use this to operate this infrastructure. And we make sure that we provide access to everyone who's using it. So you see some of the logos of organizations who are not only using it, but they govern it. So it's co-governed by these agencies. So it gives a level of autonomy where we as a neutral party is making sure that everybody gets to use it in a fair, efficient, effective way. And we work on their needs to understand what are their requirements. And we have built the right amount of technical and functional know-how or capabilities internally within UNICC. So the shared infrastructure today is used by UNHCR, UNDP, IOM, WMO, ICAO, OECD, and others who are all bringing their treasury teams together, and we are providing shared capabilities to them. It is co-governed and co-developed by these agencies. And we become their experienced technology partner over time so that we can bring that deep technical expertise along with their deep domain expertise. So that combination is very key here. So we can make sure we can bring the right banking connectivity, automation, and emerging technologies to bear. And through this, what we're aspiring to do is give our partners the access to new capabilities. I spoke about AI earlier, but also, for example, securing it. So our cybersecurity teams ensure that when you have this volume of data and this volume of money that's flowing through these rails, that we secure it. So then it's secured once for all of them in one consistent fashion. So blockchain connectivity, automated workflows, each one of those are being built in response to the needs of all of the community that's using this platform. And why are we doing it in a central way? That, as you can imagine, there are several different benefits or levers. But when you start with the banking infrastructure itself, as Carmen explained really well, by building this once, we have consolidated that banking footprint and the payment rails. We've unified the execution approach. So what that means to our partners is it reduces the banking costs and transaction fees. It lowers the processing time and processing cost, maintenance costs. And by sharing the infrastructure, sharing the automation, we make sure that everybody, it's a level playing field for all organizations who are using this. And then we can start to build additional capabilities on top. So automation and intelligence, as we spoke about earlier, we are looking at ways to automate the payment workflows, automate the reconciliation, centralize the technology across all the agencies, and bring stronger controls. So irrespective of which region you're dispersing the payments into, the processes are consistent. It is enhanced oversight, compliance, auditability. So you can all have the same approach of how you can track all the money that's flowing through these pipes. Better visibility, better ways to optimize it. So that's the next layer of intelligence that we can bring on top of it. And of course, then security, which I spoke about earlier, is very important. And future readiness. So technology does not stand still. So as it keeps moving, the consortium can decide what is the roadmap, what are the next level of capabilities that they would like to see. And then, for example, access to APIs. We can build that once and everybody can benefit from it. Automation, future-proofing it, looking at emerging rails like Carmen spoke about crypto payments and blockchain. We're looking into that and ensuring that it's always scalable. So that as every new organization joins this consortium, there are very few hiccups. They can join and fairly seamlessly connect to all the banks, to all the regions that DHoTS connects to today. So their time to value is much quicker, if I can put it that way. And then broadly, we are the UNICC, we are the Agile Innovation Hub for DHoTS. So whether it's we started with the core treasury infrastructure, they wanted us to explore other areas like robotics, RPA, automation. Where can we bring in blockchain? Where can we bring in better banking connectivity using APIs and standardizing them? AI, I touched upon, and in the future, for example, quantum computing. So we become the in-house digital expert who can work with these partners and make sure that then we understand their needs. And then we build the right capabilities at the right time with the right technologies so that they can all benefit in one go. And wherever we need, we can bring in additional expertise, but the entire system benefits from this. And from where I sit at UNICC, the biggest value I see is that it's governed by this entire consortium. So they all collectively decide on the roadmap of how it's governed, how it's secured, what are the compliance requirements. Then we can work with them to make sure that any new innovative solutions, any new treasury solutions, risk transformation, finance, payment solutions that we work on can be developed, tested, and from the beginning, they're designed and scaled for system-wide adoption. So in conclusion, and Carmen, maybe you can join me here in
yes.
call to action. I'll maybe hand it back to you, and maybe you can please share your vision.
So obviously, having listened to us now, the key is really, I think, everyone really should think about, to join this initiative. I think so, because it does make sense. So, and we are not talking about this lighthearted. We are already, something like 3 years plus into it. We are implementing. We are moving forward. We have, current members are UNHCR, UNDP, IOM, WMO, ICAO, and OECD. Many of the entities under UNDP as well. So So the key is this is not an experiment. This is already, you know, far into implementation and doing more things being AI, blockchain, looking at the new things as well. So I would say, you know, most of you that are listening in today, you know, the interest that is there, I think you should, after this presentation, you should ask yourself seriously, you know, what does it mean for our organization and how can we actually you know, participate as well. So this is about collaborative opportunities across the UN that we want to create. They are there. They are here just to really to pick them up and plug in. So it sounds obviously easy enough as we speak English in that sense, but still we are here with the expertise. So I think you know, whether this is just you want to pilot or you want to actually really join and start to do these first steps, I would say that you should reach out to have some deeper discussions. So the addresses are here. So myself, I'm always available to discuss this. And also we have a contact at UNICC, Darren Palarue. And so I think you should really be demanding in yourself, you know, with yourself. What does it mean? What does it mean now listening to this? And obviously you should nominate a focal point, and then we can start to discuss this seriously. So I would say it's not like, you know, we have given you this presentation and you put it away in your drawer. No, I think it's about what does it mean in 26. So if we want to really make this concrete, what does it mean for each of you that has now listened in, you know, how to actually bring this alive for your organization as well.